brainwashed liberals in our school system, and we teach socialism, globalism, and humanism instead of Americanism. It's not taught. So of course, and now we're even teaching that the Founding Fathers were a bunch of fanatics, and that they were kind of terrorists, and that the Tea Party was done by a bunch of criminals and terrorists. You know, the original Tea Party. And so when we have that kind of training in our schools, no wonder, you know, when you start talking to college kids about, ask how many college students know the purpose and proper role of government, and what the purpose of government is, and where do we read that? In the document that's forbidden, because it talks about the Creator and Creator-endowed rights, known as the Declaration of Independence. When it talks about that we hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, and that we are endowed by our Creator with certain unalienable rights. Not unalienable, they're unalienable. You can't lien them. And that among these are life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness. It's the next line that everybody has to know. What's the purpose of government? That to secure these rights, governments are instituted among men. That's the purpose of all government. That's the reason we have a congressman, that's the reason we have a sheriff, that's the reason we have a dog catcher, city councilman, county commissioners, to secure these rights. The God-given, Creator-endowed rights, life, liberty, and property. Okay? And yeah, we don't say that. How do we take back the right to open carry in our state? Move to Nevada, Arizona, or Utah, I will tell you something right now. There are 4 states that have complete and total constitutional carry. Aren't we all supposed to? Yeah. I thought we were supposed to uphold and defend the Constitution. Just within the last 3 years, Arizona became the 4th. No, 3rd. And then Wyoming came 4th. You know who the first 2 were? Alaska. Okay, I get that. Vermont. Vermont? And you can't do it in California? We have no permits in Arizona, folks. I can carry my gun anywhere I want, and so does my wife. We go to a movie, my wife sticks a gun in her purse, and we go. You know who we have to ask permission from? Nobody! Okay? That's what you need to start doing, and hopefully you can start doing that county by county too, because I'm telling you right now, you want a safer county? Respect and defend and obey the Second Amendment. Okay, is this the last one? Sheriff Mack, the Magnificent, I hold here in my last... I guess that's Johnny Carson. Okay, time for another one. What recourse do the people have to a president who refuses to enforce federal law? The first one that comes to mind is securing the border. No president has done it the last 20 years, 30 years. And I'm telling you, if the federal government wants to play with the drug war, that they have completely failed at, obviously, and the drug war has been a huge failure for all of us in more ways than one. If they do have jurisdiction at the border, it's an Article 4 section for the U.S. Constitution. They are to protect our borders from invasion. If they can't even do that, are you telling me that the states can't take that back? We delegated that to them and we can't take it back and do it ourselves? Of course we can. We're a sovereign state. You want to protect the border? Go protect the border. The governor, would be nice if he would be leading the way on that. But right now, these amnesty programs and all of this other stuff and all the money and economic burden that it's caused our country. And you're a racist now? If you don't believe in securing the border? Good grief. Man, they win on every side, don't they? So, yes, we need to secure the border. We need to enforce the laws. And you would expect, Barack Obama, is he going to follow the law and follow the Constitution? Well, he's just a constitutional, professor, scholar? What a joke. I mean, this whole thing is such a joke, my dear friends. And that's why I say again and again, and I'll say this to you all one more time. We have to enforce the law just like Sheriff Arpaio is doing in Phoenix. He's arresting the illegal aliens. He's enforcing that law. He was working with the federal government. I can only tell you again, it has been such a pleasure to be with you. You don't realize what strength you give me to look into your face. I'll be doing the same thing again tomorrow in Minnesota. And I'll be looking at the same faces there, even though they probably won't be as pretty as you. I get such strength from it, and I've been doing this full time, traveling the country and trying to bring some sanity to this whole thing, to let you know there is hope. There is hope, even in California, because it's in your county. It's in your county. You can have hope here. You can make a free county. That Free State Project in New Hampshire? No, that's too big. Do it in your county. Do you know how many public officials you need on board with that? Maybe 3 or 4. And you work that. What's the website you're going to go to? CSPOA.org. Okay. Now, there's lots of wonderful tools over here for you to take home, and we're probably going to run out of them, but you can still get them at the website. And this is the closing that I offer you tonight. Okay? Don't leave yet. Okay, we've got 2 minutes left. Okay? Do you remember that seminar I went to on the Constitution taught by Dr. Skousen? Way back in 1983, maybe 84. And he had all 240 of us big tough cops get up, and he taught us a little kindergarten exercise. And I never forgot it. And during the breaks, Dr. Skousen and I were talking a lot because he worked in the FBI with my father, and he knew him, and we just really hit it off. And at the end of the seminar, he handed out his book, big old thick hardback book, to every one of us. And he handed it to me, and he looked me right in the eye, and he said, "Promise me." When he handed me that book, he said, "Promise me that you'll teach these things to your children." I kept that promise. And now I teach them all across America. And I started teaching them to my 10 grandchildren. And the oldest one barely turned 7 just recently. And you see, my first grandchild, a granddaughter, was born on the 4th of July. And her name is Liberty. And she knows this. And the other night, my daughter Lucy, the mother of Liberty, called me and she said, "Grandkids, my kids want you to sing them a bedtime song." I had to do it over the phone, obviously. They're in Utah and I live in Arizona. So I did. And it reminded me of the times that I've done this with Libby. And I've done this in public with Libby lots of times. And she knows how to do this very well. And I want to dedicate this to each of you. And I want to dedicate it to Judge Roll and Dr. Skousen. God rest their souls. And I want to dedicate it to your children and grandchildren. Because it kind of means the same to me. It comes right back to me. But all of this is wrapped up in what I do now. And from me and my heart to yours, I want you to remember while I do this last 45 seconds that I learned this at police training. And I close every one of my talks with it. And this goes like this. We, the people of the United States, in order to form a more perfect union, establish justice, ensure domestic tranquility, provide for the common defense, promote the general welfare, and secure the blessings of liberty to ourselves and our posterity, do ordain and establish this Constitution for the United States of America. And that's the eagle. Long may she be free.